Um, so I had exams this past week. I did better on grammar than I expected, better on listening than I expected. I didn't do that well on kanji, I'm still past it. And I really am not sure what I expected for that. Just because, well, it was quite a lot of kanji and we didn't have that much time to learn it. And I did extremely well on the reading part. They just, they write a bunch of sentences and a lot of the words are in kanji that we know and have learned recently, and you have to fill in what the readings for those are. That part I did wonderfully on. I missed a few. It happens. And I'm sure I made a few random silly mistakes. Like, maybe I wrote tai instead of dai in daidokuro, which is kitchen. I've done that a couple of times. Silly me. But just that kind of little detail. So I'm going to lose some on that. But overall, quite confident in that part. The writing part, less so. The part where I had to write the kanji myself, But still, all told, I didn't do that badly on that section either. Just a few of the more complicated ones I didn't remember. Okay. So. And then, because those were done, the exams were done by Tuesday. So I had Wednesday through Friday off. That was nice. I quite enjoyed having that relaxation. I got to get up late and have breakfast a little later than usual. And I still ended up getting to school. Well, I didn't get to school earlier than I usually do. I went to school because I needed to use the library computers to get for internet access. It's the only internet access I have. And the alternative is just kind of hanging around Ashiya doing nothing in particular. So, given the option, going into school is a good plan. But I ended up in the library earlier than I usually would, because I didn't have 3 hours of morning classes plus a 40-minute break halfway in the middle, and then lunch. It's like I could leave home an hour and a half later than usual, and still get online 2 to 3 hours earlier than I would otherwise. I don't think I ever got more than like 2.5 hours, maybe. Never 3. Regardless. So, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, and I'm probably going to continue more or less that same pattern for the next couple of weeks, because we have pretty much a month off of class. Classes resume on the 6th of next month. Until then, I'm a free man. I get to do whatever I feel like. And I feel like I should be taking this opportunity to go to Tokyo or somewhere. But I haven't made any plans to do that. I just really wouldn't know how to go about it. Plus, I've still got, the plane ticket is still scheduled for about 2 weeks after classes end, on the basis that I could then spend that time and some of my remaining money to just kind of explore Japan. And that would be ample time for a couple days in Tokyo. And as well as maybe going out to Kyoto, which a lot of people suggest. A lot of the other ryugakusei have gone out to Hiroshima. I don't see the necessity of that. It mostly seems to be about the Atomic Bomb Museum, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I could do with the guilt trip, but I understand there are other things to do in that city, just nothing that's particularly amazing that I couldn't do somewhere else. I've already been to Nara and seen some of the temples there. That was nice. So I've done that. I've done a little bit of traveling, even though that was only, for one day. Anyway. But in order to add at least a little bit of structure and purpose to this next month, or next 3 weeks, I guess we've kind of burned through a week of it, and to do that other thing that I have completely forgotten what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. In order to not make sure my Japanese doesn't get rusty, because really at this point I'm just mostly interacting with Sato-san, and that doesn't require me to speak in Japanese, but it's mostly kind of the same repeated phrases that I've been using. I'm going to try over the next 3 weeks to write a full 18-page manga in Japanese. Just volume 1 or issue 1 of this silly story that started bouncing around in my head sometime last week. And some of you may have recalled from, I know I mentioned an email to Mom and made a note of it on my Facebook account, and hold on a second. Okay. Sorry, Sachiko just got home from work, so, gotta say okay. I don't got to. I don't think they'd mind if I didn't, but it just seems like a nice thing to do. Anyway, so some of you may know that I was actually already working on manga, which was in English, and which I discovered just took too much research. Maybe if I was not in school and had lots of time to devote to it, then I could do this, but as it stands, to do anything with that other manga, I would have had to do extensive research into 2 sports that I know nothing about. Well, next to nothing about. I think I know stuff about baseball, but then I actually start to look at baseball and I'm like, I really don't know anything about this sport. And same with Kendo, which was the other sport. So that's probably out of my grasp for now. It wasn't really a good idea anyway. It was just something that I couldn't stop thinking about, and I felt like maybe if I wrote it, it would leave me alone. Really the same as this one, but this one doesn't require hardly any research because I can make up so much myself. Running out of time here. I kind of want to talk a little more about the new manga, but breaking the videos is actually kind of a pain. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop here, and if I really feel like it, I'll make a second video to just throw that on. Yeah.